hip abduction, positional isometrics. So hip abduction is me taking my leg away from my body like this. So this is abduction. This is the end of my active range of abduction. So got a bench here. What I want to do is I want to set up at this angle. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my trusty little stick here for a bit of balance. I'm going to lean over a little bit, put my leg up here. So what I want to do is, I want to get, this is the end of my active range, so I'm going to keep this angle here, and I'm going to rock down just a little bit. So at this point, if I try to lift my leg off, I can't. This is right at the end of my active range. But what I want to do for a positional isometric is I want to get about 10 or 15 degrees past this range into my passive range. So all I'm going to do to get a bigger stretch with this leg is just to literally, this hip, move that way a bit. Notice as I move this way, sort of sway my hips, notice the angle here gets a little bit bigger because my hips kind of come down, so it changes the angle there. So all you're going to do, find this range, then move over a little bit. You've got about a 10 or 15 degree gap or difference. Hold still, brace the core, get your stick, and then for 10 seconds, you're going to use all the tissue down here, which is this your adductor stuff. You're going to drive the foot into the bench as hard as you can, and then you're going to use everything here to do everything you can to lift the foot off. It's not going to move because you're in your passive range. So, take a big breath, drive down, drive down, drive down, drive down as hard as you can, as hard as you can, as hard as you can, as hard as you can for 10 seconds, and then reverse direction, do everything you can to lift off. Keep doing that for 10 seconds, boom, done. Once you've done your rep here, you're then gonna go another 10 or 15 degrees. So now you're gonna go even further. Now I can't because I don't have hypermobility, but imagine if, let's say this was my active range of motion, I would go 10 or 15 degrees here, I'd do a rep here, another 10 or 15 degrees, do a rep there, and now I'm at the end of my range of motion, and this will be the last space I do my positional isometric at. Just be super mindful as you do this. When you get to the end, don't go so far that you actually dislocate stuff, obviously. So go to the end of that stretch, but don't stretch too hard. Just when you feel like this is about the end, that's the end. And this is your positional isometrics for hip abduction. Enjoy.